Hi, this is Bond Love. Just wanted to make a video about editing in the Hunger Games and try to apply some of the editing concepts that are discussed in the other videos in this module to the Hunger Games. Let's see. First of all, editing again. What is editing? What's film editing? It's just really joining shots together. Right. When they make a movie, you have a whole lot of footage, more than you use in a film, and the editor takes this raw footage and cuts stuff, right, and rearranges stuff, moves stuff around. That's what editing is. Okay. So first, let's talk about match on action. Match on action, that's when you have action that carries over from one shot into the next shot. Okay, so this is a kind of an editing maneuver here. Let's just look at an example from the Hunger Games right now. In this scene, we're going to watch Seneca sit down in a chair. Real simple. Let's just see.
As an apple near your head. Sit down.
Okay, so I don't know if you all saw that, but there was a cut, right? Seneca was like sort of doing this, the camera stopped, right? And then there's this next shot which begins with him sitting down. Let's watch that again.
As an apple near your head. Sit down.
See, cut, right? See, that's a match on action, right? The action is continued across the shots. Matches on action are, it's just a way to edit the movie, a way to splice two shots together that creates the illusion of reality, right? That's why it's done most of the time, to make the film look real. If a movie was made in which in which action did not carry over across shots, in which action was always completed before the next shot, then the film might start to call attention to itself as a film, right? You might start to, might look a little fake, a little artificial. And Hollywood films really don't like to do this in general. They like to present the illusion of reality. Hence, we have matches on action, like you just saw. Okay, so that's the match on action. Let's look at one of the other concepts discussed in the earlier video, the graphic match. So graphic match is achieved by joining two shots that are visually similar. So for example, they have similar colors or arrangements of shapes, which is composition, right? So quite simply, if you have one shot that has a whole lot in common visually with the next shot, that's a graphic match. Okay, let's look at a graphic match in this movie. Here, we're going to watch a part of a scene in which Katniss is there, basically just about to be chosen for entering the games.
Welcome.
Okay, so let's go back over that. He says, "You okay?" Says, "Yeah." It's this moment of connection, right? Of human compassion, of caring. And you'll notice that in this shot, her face is the predominant thing on the screen. It's look at the colors. It's kind of, she's drab, she's pale, got this gray clothing on, right? And then look at this. Now we get the microphone, and the microphone same kind of color scheme, right? It's shinier, right? It's silver, but there's gray in between those little silver bits. And and it kind of looks a little bit like a head, right? It's this thing on a stem. And it's also the predominant thing in this shot, right? Just like her head was a moment ago. It's roughly in the same place. I mean, her head was more in the center, and this microphone is a little bit like to the left. But still, it's essentially, there's this kind of continuity, this graphic continuity, visual continuity between her face and this microphone, right? The composition, the colors, right? And it's not an exact graphic match, right? So it's not like we see her face and then suddenly it dissolves and we see the microphone in the exact same place with the exact same size, as her face was. But we can still call it a graphic match, right? There is this continuity established visually between her face and the microphone. Now we go from the microphone to this. Okay, so she's hitting the microphone, right? So there's a subtle message here, right? We had this communication, this moment of warmth, of caring, of humanity between the two, his head, his face, her face, okay? And then that is supplanted by the microphone, right? And swatted away, right? So it's almost like this woman, this master of ceremonies, is swatting away the humanity, right, of this ceremony. This indeed is a game, a ritual that has no compassion in it, no sense of humanity. It's a cruel game in which people's lives are, sacrificed really for entertainment. All of that is kind of conveyed or reinforced by this graphic match between Katniss's face and the microphone. So that's a graphic match here. It is conveying, it's helping to advance the story,